show is PG-13, so you might hear a naughty word or two.
Simone Biles is a national champion for the 8th time. That's more than any human being, male or female, has ever won a national championship in the United States of America. The final day of competition happened, and this at the 2023 U.S. Championships, brought to you by Norbert's. It's August 27th, and we just came back from watching championships. Welcome to the #1 gymnastics podcast in the galaxy. I'm Jessica, and I'm here with Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation. Welcome to our immediate reactions without the deep analysis that we do on our regular show, which is coming this Tuesday. This is our immediate reactions. Also, our live show was so fun, you guys. Amy dropped at least one Marta and Simone story that has never been made public before. And also, Olympic medalist Danel Leyva surprised us and came on stage and told some stories also about like his interactions with the women's team during those days and Marta. It was fascinating. So if you guys still want to get tickets, you can still get tickets to watch the replay of the live show at the Improv. And thank you so much to everybody who came and have bought tickets.
If you are new to our special live meet coverage, if you're a club member, you can switch to your club member feed now so you can listen to the whole thing. Otherwise, we'll cut it off. That's just for everyone. The rest is just for our club gym nerd members because they're the ones who pay for us to be here. And so, are you ready to go, Jessica? Headline?
I am ready. Headlines. Let's go. Let's talk about Simone.
I would love to talk about Simone. Highlight for me today was floor for Simone. That was the landing control, the best she can do with that difficulty. She was on floor today. That was the big one.
Yep.
She was like, this is my last routine of nationals. I get to take a nap after this. I'm putting it all out there. I'm going to get a 15-4.
She was better today across the board, I think. And Laurent was talking about that and saying that she's just one of those really rare athletes who's actually better in competition than they are in practice, and it's not normal. And he talked about how much her maturity helps her. But both of them, Simone and Laurent, talked about how, some days she doesn't believe in herself, and some days she's like, why am I doing this? But also how she is like more motivated now to be efficient in the gym. And she gave the example of bars and was like, I don't want to be on bars all day. I want to get in and out. And she's like, I can hit a routine, and so then I can leave, and I only have to do bars for 20 minutes, and I don't have to stay there all the time. And I was like, yes, motivation is don't have to do bars. That's the best motivation in the world. But it was really interesting to hear her talk about sort of maturity and, her motivation. She even has those days where she's like, why am I doing this? But then here she is.
She's doing this because she got another 59. Three straight 59s in the all around.
An amazing 58. She did not do her double pike vault today because she said Laurent said that she just kind of stung her ankle, so she didn't do that, and instead she taped her ankle and for vault and floor, and she just did her chung, which is like fucking beautiful, so it's fine.
Which is also the best vault in the competition by a lot, so it turned out it was fine.
It turns out she doesn't need yet another vault title. It was smarter to just be like, let's not do the thing that hurts and protect yourself. Oh, and then protect yourself on vault and then do the best floor routine you've done for a 15
for a long time, at least for a long time. That's her best floor, I think.
15-4. Holy mother of God.
Yeah, she got an 8.6 You don't get 8.6 execution score on floor anymore. And I think in general, the execution scoring, like they haven't been throwing out the 8s on floor in this competition. So, yeah.
I want to talk about some of the other like great moments that we had from her. I mean, she survived bars. It was fine. Her bars is also really good, though. I mean, we don't talk about her bars enough, but she's third on bars. Like, she's pretty good on bars too. She also still had the "and still I rise," but still I rise on her Leo. She had it on her wrist this time from the Maya Angelou poem, but it's "but," not "and still I rise." And so I just liked, seeing she had it in another spot. And she has the tattoo, and she said it's just something that I see in the morning and I remind myself.
Other routines you wanted to talk about? Other
Yes.
highlights? Anything?
Yes. Okay. Leanne Wong. Leanne freaking Wong.
Leanne
Gator chomping right off the podium when she was done bar. She's like, "You're welcome. Put me on the world team. Jade Gator chomp this, bitches." Yeah. She was amazing. Also Lauren, was it Lauren who had the genius idea that she should say that her team, the team that she competes for is Leanne's Bow Boutique, and then they have to announce
Boutique.
Leanne.
Isn't that
Wong.
like that's somewhere?
It's not on her official. It's not on her official bio.
There was some or like something.
Lauren from the Gymter.net who does the rankings. You should totally follow Lauren. Yeah, it's somewhere, but I looked. It's not on her official USA Gym bio, but it should be because that would be genius. And
there's some registration where it was like Leanne Wong, Leanne's Boutique, and it was like, yeah.
More free advertising. Also, the other thing I loved, and this might not seem like a big deal, but so when Simone did her press conference, they had to take away all the core water bottles because Simone is not sponsored by them. And this is the thing, like in real sports, this is what happens. You do not do advertisement for things that don't pay you. And so to see USA Gymnastics have to do the things that you're supposed to do for real professional athletes at this level was fantastic. It made me so happy. All the bottles were like whoosh, swept to the floor so Simone could sit on the podium and talk. I loved it.
So before we talk about Leanne's floor, because I really want to do that because it was like the best floor she's ever done in her entire career, and it was fantastic. I do want to talk about how they give all the all-around medalists water bottles. Like the core water bottles with their flowers, and I'm like, that's the weirdest thing in the entire world.
It's so weird.
It's so embarrassing. It's not like a memento from the city or something like they often do, like some little trinket.
San Jose, California water.
You get you get a water bottle. Yeah. You get like some water. Thank you. I've been drinking it all week. Hopefully, it's been in all the coolers.
It is pretty good water. It's not Evian, but it's like pretty good. Leanne Wong's floor. Please don't get distracted.
Don't spend our entire 15 minutes for the non-members talking about water, but I would love to. Leanne's floor. That's her best elite floor routine I've ever seen her do. That landing control. Even though I love her Arabian double pike, if these are the passes, I never want to see that pass again.
Yeah.
Just double lay and double. That's all I want to see.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. I asked her if she was going to bring back her Arabian double pike, and she was like, because she said she's going to do some upgrades for Worlds. So I was like, how about that Arabian double pike? That was perfect in college. Like for 2 straight years, you've got it, no problem. And she wouldn't commit to anything. She didn't spill the beans, you guys. But I mean, with this floor, why upgrade the floor? Who needs to upgrade the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
another highlight for me was Shilese Jones on, everything, but on bars, where she got a 15, which we're comparing to like the 15ers, like Kayla Namor, Chu Chi-yun, who got that 15.233 at Asian Championships. That was the crowning routine at the end of her all-around day, which was a 57.8, which is a career high for her. So definitely an improvement on her performance on the first day, mostly because beam was a lot more secure. I think the other events were pretty equivalent, but beam was on today.
Yeah, she did a great job on beam. She still left out her aerial layout step out, but everything else was really solid. It was a improvement from the first day, and she can just add in that layout after her aerial if she wants to, but she doesn't need to. She did freaking great. Also,
her routine's already too scary, is what I'm trying to express. I'm too nervous. Like we've got an Arabian, we've got a layout to 2 feet. Like no more heart attacks.
I understand.
Best thing, actually, besides bars, was the triple L turn on floor.
Yes,
which was complete. It was a round, and I was like, did Shilese just do a triple L turn? That was a triple, right? And both Jessica O'Byrne and Scott Brackman tried to gaslight me and tell me no, it was a double. And then we went back and looked at the video, and I was like, no, I was right all along, and it was a triple.
It's a good thing I always have the video up so you lazy asses can watch off of my iPad that I bring.
I knew what happened live.
Anywho, good job, Spencer. I applaud you, and that is why you're
Thank
great.
you.
And that's why
all I was
USA
looking
Gymnastics.
for.
That's why USA Gymnastics themselves links to you as proof of something in their articles. I can't remember what it is, but anywho, so I do want to talk about the crowd. How amazing this crowd was! It was, I would say, like 90% capacity, probably 95% by the end of the meet. She did that triple turn, and the crowd went crazy, and I was like, they appreciate Shilese's like turns. This audience, this is what we've been waiting for. And oh my God, Nola made it on the broadcast. Nola's floor again.
That's a win. That's a win.
I feel like, I mean, Nola has done a lot of work, and all of her coaches for many years dedicated her entire life to gymnastics. But I would just like to say that being her one person like hype team for 10 years has culminated in this, her getting on the broadcast the way she should. Oh, so happy for Nola.
If people didn't see it, Nola also won the Sports Person of the Year award for USAG.
Which she should, because she is the one cheering everyone constantly, running around. She's constantly like, she is the one. She is your teammate, no matter where you are in the arena. Like, Nola's got your back.
Yeah, Nola was Sports Person of the Year. Josc Roberson was Athlete of the Year. Laurent was Coach of the Year, and I was like, that's like when Kohei would win like the Longines Award for Excellence. Like, okay, we get it. Like that, they announced that like this new mascot was named Flip, and then Laurent was the Coach of the Year, and I was like, really original choices. A lot of creativity went into those picks.
Also, why wasn't it Cecile with that beam composition?
Just Laurent. I know.
Rude.
I know.
But anywho, so we talked about Shilese and that she's only 2.233 with the score below Chu Chi-in. So all around, so she placed second, 57.8 all around. Also, Suni, let's talk about Suni first. But wait, before we talk about Suni, have you guys ever thought to yourself, I love a lifetime guarantee. A lifetime guarantee is my favorite thing. Norbert's spotting blocks have those lifetime guarantees. Do you hate it when the foam breaks down inside your blocks? That is the worst. Don't even get me started on the foam in gymnastics gyms. And the foam is unreliable and it breaks down. And don't even get me started on the little kids picking at the foam blocks. This won't happen if you get the Norbert's spotting block, because they have their own exclusive filler foam combination that resists breakdown. I can't say what happens if a little kid gets its hand on it, but as long as you have a mat around it, it will resist breakdown. So you won't have those mushy spotting blocks, and you can also have your spotting block recovered. So because their foam lasts so long that you might need the outside recovered before the inside is done. They can help you with that, and they can make it in any shape you want. So call Norbert's today for a quote. Spencer.
From preschool to rec to elite gymnastics, Norbert's has what you need. Norbert's mats are manufactured in the USA at their facility located in sunny Southern California. With their skilled sewers to their friendly and knowledgeable sales staff, rest assured that Norbert's will take care of you and your order every step of the way.
Maybe it is a family of sewers. We don't know.
I like it. The Norbert's family sewers, like the Von Trapp family singers.
Yes,
I would
they
love
do it in unison while singing. Yeah,
that's what I'm going to imagine from now on. It's the extra steps like quoting with 3 different shipping carriers to get you the best rate that shows they really care. You can view and order over 1,600 products on their website, give them a call, or send them an email to place an order. If you're listening to this and are at National Congress this weekend still, even though it's over, stop by Norbert's booth 721 to save and be one of the first 10 people to mention GymCastic and win a free t-shirt. Let's hope you did that.
Yes, you guys. Okay, all right, let's talk about Suni, because
yes, comeback beam from Suni.
So she honestly, wearing a white Leo and sliding onto beam like an angel,
and breaking the white Leo curse, so I never want to hear it ever again.
That's right. Yes, she did. She did one of her series in one of her series. She does into a back handspring, one of her leap series, and I don't know what happened. We watched it 17 million times over again in slow motion. It
we were
looked
like, did Suni almost fall on a back handspring?
Yeah, how is that possible? It's Suni. Does she know it's herself? She can't fall on a back
Does
handspring.
Suni know it's Suni?
So she did her back handspring, and then it looked like either she was off or like one of her hands slipped, but like she was off and she stepped down right next to her hands, and somehow miraculously, by the gods of beam, she stayed on and like a lifetime of practice.
It was not divine intervention. It was Suni.
Okay,
she stayed on because of Suni.
No one gets credit.
Don't credit anyone else for women's accomplishments, Jessica. They deserve their own credit for what they have done.
I said a lifetime of training. My God, Spencer. All right. So she got a 14-2. And like, this is, Spencer, what are we going to do about Suni?
Jessica's stressing out about this team,
so
you guys.
Stressed. How can we have a world team without Suni's beam? Well, can we
We might not have to have a world team without Suni's beam.
Can we?
The selection competition hasn't even happened yet.
I know. It's in 3.5 weeks. But Spencer, what's the highest scoring team? I need you to tell me right now. Because is Suni on it? Suni's on it, right?
No, Suni's not on the highest scoring team. She's not even doing bars.
But what's the beam? What if you use her beam?
No, but like you also have Skye's beam and Simone's beam and Shilese's beam today, which scored higher than Suni's.
Suni's the third best score on beam, so I rest my case that she should be on just for beam.
The highest scoring team, using both average and best of the 2 days, would be Biles, Jones, Blakely, Lincoln, and Roberson. Basically, it's Biles, Jones, Blakely covering everything except Skye's floor because she struggled on floor. So then you add Kaliya Lincoln in to do floor, and then the only thing you're gaining from anyone would be Roberson's Chung, which scored a little bit better than Jade's Chung over the 2 days, and then that would provide a slight increase over the Yurchenko double fulls. So like Leanne Wong is nearly there on every event, but doesn't, break into the top 3 on any event, so wouldn't be on the highest scoring team. But that said, if we see this continue, like what happened at Nationals, if that continues at the selection camp, I would think it very likely that the U.S. women's program would put Leanne on this team, given her all-around results and what she covers. So, because they've not typically gone the Spencer route, although the men's team did exactly, and I'm very proud of them, even though it's kind of controversial.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the men's competition, everything that happened next month, Tuesday, when we do our recap show. But let's talk about Jade for a second, because she moved up from 19th to 15th, but this is not where we expected Jade to be. She, her Chung was better today, and she hit bars, but she still
Chung
fell
was
on.
way better.
It was way better. Vault, she was like, yeah, that's right. And then she went to floor and she was like, yeah, that's right. Remember me? The freaking Olympic champion.
And the floor judges were like, absolutely not. The floor judges looked at both Josc Roberson and Jade Carey in this competition, and they were like, thank you for your time. We'll let you know.
We'll let you
Absolutely.
know.
Under no circumstances are you getting a 14 at this competition.
Yeah. I mean, and then on beam, she had an almost fall and then she fell off. And after she came off and looked at her dad, like, what the hell? Which she was still kind of laughing when she said it. But yeah, it was not her meet. And I mean, so if you're on the selection committee, if you're looking for the best team, do you bring her like even to camp, even as like a backup legs person for legs?
I would definitely invite her to the world selection camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of her potential.
Right.
Because if you don't, like, your selection camp, the thought process should be anyone who's in consideration, anyone who has the possibility, who has maybe the D scores, the repertoire, the potential to contribute to a team score you want there to see what they're providing. Jade has that potential. So, if it's me, I'm adding Suni, I'm adding Jade, I'm adding Kaliya Lincoln, I'm adding Zoe Miller. Like, all of these people who are in the mix, I would want all of them at selection camp, because then you can see.
Yeah. And I mean, they can basically invite who they want. So, Yeah,
there's no written limit to the number of athletes who can be there.
Oh, wait, speaking of which, before we talk about anybody else, I do want to talk about what happened with the beam situation, because I don't know if you guys saw on day 1 that there was a big kerfuffle with the mats under beam, and the judges looked like they were going to kill somebody. Cheryl Hamilton, who's one of the Brevet category 1s, which is there's only 2, which means you can go to the Olympics. She just like kept touching her head, like, what is this? Furiousness going on beam. No one really knew what happened. So I got to the bottom of exactly what happened, and it's scandalous. And also, you guys, at one point, Shane Wiskus had to come up to fact checker to ask him about something. You guys, I got to tell you about this too, but this is where our regular coverage ends. And if you are a club member, if you're not a Club Gym Nerd member, you can join at GymCastic.com at Join the Club. GymCastic.com is also where you can get your live show tickets to watch the replay. And if you aren't a member, we will see you back here on Tuesday for our full recap show. But if you are a member, the conversation is going to continue with the fart salad.